It's a serious situation, I can't take it no more. I meant it when I said it, you're the girl that I die for. It's agony that's dragging me across this lost field. I can't live without you, my life is a lost deal. You left me definitely another heartbroken. When I think of our love, my life is but a token of pain. And I say, I wish it would go away, but then I think it days to kill myself is the only way. I dreamed and prayed, it never.
But so by that time, I was kind of like, I was scratching a lot. Like I was getting really good at it. So mind you, I would practice day and night. I mean, my wife hated it, but she knew I was driven.
Remember when we used to be at your house and your mom would be getting mad at you and you'd be like scratching and they'd do that loud.
She was so mad at me.
Hey, like I want to call him out. Like, you know, was that your first wife or your second wife? Was that Rose or your wife before that?
Never had her.
Rose, that was
anyway,
what a
so I would practice day and night, and I started to get into this whole thing called battle DJing.
How'd you hear about that? Because again, you know about it now, but you're not connected to that outside world.
There was nothing. You know how I found out? I don't know how I found this magazine.
If he wasn't doing it, we wouldn't know shit about that. Nobody else did it.
Nobody was doing it here, or at all. So the reason I found out about the DMC was there was this mix. It was called the DMC Mix Mag. Mix Mag, I think it was called. Yes. And they would sell them at the record store. Yeah, it was a magazine.
Okay,
so you won here in San Antonio.
I did want, but that was like in 91
so
around that time.
So you were already doing stuff with it.
I was already battling by that time. But the reason, 3 years before that, that's what I'm trying to say, is that I saw this magazine, and there was these DJs from the UK doing like all these body tricks, and mind you, I didn't know what it sounded like.
Is that where it started?
Yeah. I didn't know how to.
But you're looking at pictures.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. Exactly. I didn't know what they were doing.
The guys moving.
All I knew was they had to be going back and forth.
And
it was
they're
strict
probably telling the story of what they're.
So I taught myself, okay, they got to be doing it like this.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be. So I was doing it, practicing, and by the time I saw a video or saw someone do it, I was already there. Mm-hmm. I was on point. I was already there.
Yeah.
So by the time we had battles here for the DMC, I was already like, I was already
flowing.
The
head of the curve,
I was really fast at that time.
Yeah.
So, and then I got in the DMC, but by that time I was started producing records for you guys.
Who did you go against in Dallas?
Baby G.
Baby G.
So, maybe I'm biased, it's my opinion, but I think you were better than him. I think you beat him, but he was a crowd favorite.
He was in Dallas. It was in Dallas. Yeah, he was.
Hey,
from
but
Dallas.
shout out, he was a cool dude, man.
I take nothing away from him.
No, he was talented as hell, but I agree. I would say you were more technical.
He did
cleaner.
West Side.
We're in the.
I don't know what's going on. Something happened though.
So the point is, right here, is that we're a hip hop group.
The hospital's right down the road, by the way. So
even though we're mega rich billionaires, we still remember where we came from. That's why you hear the sirens. Okay, we're 100 years.
No, the hospital's right down the road, so it's gonna be easy to hear a lot of that stuff.
But by that time,
don't drink and drive, folks.
And by the time I met you guys, I had already started working on rough beats at my house. Not with anyone, just me doing stuff. I didn't have any equipment. I had 2 turntables maybe at that time, and I didn't have a drum machine. I had to borrow a keyboard to kind of come up with stuff.
I remember that fucking keyboard sampler. Remember how you
learned
the
sampler,
to maximize the sample loop?
Casio,
yeah.
So I had to speed it up, and then hit a low.
We're talking about a guy that used
to
produce beats on a SK1 and slow down the sample.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we did it back then.
How much was that keyboard back then? It was about this big.
Yeah.
$99
Is that the one you played?
He produced one of our beats on that.
I know I'm going to jump off track, so we'll go back to you get into it. But in my mind, I thought we recorded I Have a Solution twice. Once at Jorge's and once at that studio off of West Commerce.
Yeah, we did. I think we no.
Why would we have done that?
I don't think we did that because
we just recorded off the West Commerce.
Yeah,
then.
I think we did because it was a rough draft.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I came up with the actual melody.
Yeah,
I remember how we came up with I Have a Solution. It was me and Crayon at my wife's parents' house. I don't know. I had a beat and then I was playing.
So
keys.
I didn't have a rap. We didn't have a rap first.
No, nothing.
We're just coming up
and
with
Crayon came up with the hook first.
Got it.
So I came up with the melody. He came up with the singing, and then that's how it started. I had a really rough beat to it. And then that's when we're like, oh, we could do something with it.
Yeah,
and then that's when you guys wrote.
Who's the dude?
But real quick, hold up, wait.
No, wait.
No, because now you're skipping. No. You're going way like to another song
it's okay.
before the history of
so there was
starting.
some ghost dude that came in like with fucking like this, had a crown and like let me have my pianos, went and played some fucking shit. Badass shit.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's drunk right now.
No. And I have a solution.
He's drunk.
And then we never saw him again.
Oh, he did a Pete. He did some drum programming.
He did the beat. He did
some drum.
Hey.
So whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know. I talked to him.
That's my whole point.
I talked to him. I talked to him on Facebook a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember that dude. I remember that dude making that beat for that.
So he did. I had a beat.
But I don't remember shit 'cause I'm drunk.
Okay.
Anyway.
The problem with that was I didn't have a drum machine. I showed him what I wanted, and he just kind of popped it out.
Was I drunk or did I imagine it?
No, it was there. So I had the bass line. And speaking of that fucking song,
like a fetus.
And speaking of that fucking song, I remember being in the studio working on that EP, and all you motherfuckers,
but you were a fetus.
All you motherfuckers were asleep. Well, 4 in the morning.
Hey, you were
I'm
working.
over here playing the keys.
Hey,
really? It was like 4 in the morning?
Yes, it was 4 in the morning.
How do I remember that? I was asleep.
All of y'all were asleep. It was only me and Jorge. My engineer, he was recording me. It was only us up.
Hold on.
All of y'all were asleep on the floor.
But why would we be there asleep if we're not recording?
Because we had a time frame.
Got it.
Hold on.
So we hadn't done the rap verse yet?
No.
But that's the beauty of what we
So
did.
when did we do the
rap
rap? I'm
verse
not going to wake up at 4 in the morning and
No,
fucking rap.
we were there doing other beats. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
We were doing other tracks besides I Have a Solution.
But that's the beauty of it. While everybody was clicking Click, Clan, King, kicking people's ass and shit like that, we were in the studio hanging out, even if we didn't have a rap verse.
And that was the EP. It wasn't the album at that time.
Yeah.
Safe.
In a safe
No, but
in a safe spot.
my whole point was, like, literally,
Guys laid on the floor sleeping together. We're gonna edit that part out.
We almost recorded like one song every week. You know what I mean? And it was even if we weren't ready to do it.
But at that time, we already had the songs laid out. That's why we went into the studio for this
so you're
long.
My point is that was more important to us than hanging out, going to fucking clan parties, going to click parties, going to king parties, going to it was like studio time.
So I remember you guys being all
asleep. We
asleep
didn't even drink at that time.
and me half asleep doing the bass line and the keys. While Jorge's recording me, while y'all were asleep, and then I think the next day
I didn't get fat till 20 years later.
Hey, hold up, Mando, hold up. So we skipped a whole like a couple of albums, right?
No.
Because
this is the EP because we had Let It Drop, I Have a Solution, It's Possible.
Because he had got into doing the DJ mixing, he was part of 2R2
at that time.
So he had already got into how he was.
And I remember doing Let It Drop because a friend of mine let me borrow this Newmark mixer that had a long sample rate.
Like, how do you remember doing that? Like,
because I had to borrow it.
It didn't belong to me. It didn't belong to me.
I didn't have any equipment. You don't remember that. So I already knew what I had in my head.
It's kind of like when I let you borrow $100,000. You never forgot that.
Like my dad borrowed your car.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't forget that. You don't forget the money.
Hey, Dad, you owe Richard.
So you borrowed
I had to take that mixer to the studio to drop it.
What did that?
It was Let It Drop. It was the guitar on Let It Drop. Because I didn't have a sampler. I didn't have anything at that time.
Where was that?
And then eventually I bought a RZ1 Casio drum machine. And that was the skeleton for every song off that album.
He's lying. It was really SK1.
It was not. It was a Casio RZ1. Because I was able to separate the kick, the snare, and then put other percussion on it.
Where did that guitar thing come from? That riff?
It was a sample. I don't know where I got it from. To this
right
day,
now.
I don't even remember
Really?
where I got it from. Yeah. It
That's
was a record, obviously.
But
so who paid for that album? For I Have a Solution? Was it Abraham?
No,
we paid for all shit. Abraham never paid.
So that was pre-Abraham.
Yeah.
No, was it?
Yeah. We did everything on our own. I think Abraham paid for pictures for us to do, and maybe
the pressing.
A little maxi single, like the.
No, it was the pressing of that EP, that 4-song EP. Yeah,
maybe, that's what it was.
That was it. He didn't pay for studio time or anything like that.
We did.
And Mondo, who was the one that noticed that he put Perpetual on there?
It was a contract.
No, we didn't know what it meant.
So
right, we didn't know what it meant.
Kelly's the one that brought it up, I think.
It was Perpetual. I was like,
what is this?
So I was talking to Charlie Payday. He has another guy that wants to do. Like I said, he's got the connection with the East Side audience and where hip hop went from there. He said this guy Wesley apparently we
I remember
know him.
Wes- I think I remember
You remember?
Wesley,
Okay,
yeah.
I
because he
remember
says
Wesley, too.
he goes, yeah, he wants to be part of it. He wants to tell his story and stuff. And I said, oh, it's cool. And I said, I don't think I remember the guy. And he said, he goes, yeah, he remembers talking to you, to me. And he goes, and he said you were telling him something. Be careful. Like I guess I thought I knew what I was talking about. He said, be careful when you sign the contract. Make sure they don't put that word perpetual. He didn't know. Charles didn't remember what the word was. He goes, he said something about, and we're like, I'm driving in my truck. He said perpetual. He goes, yeah, perpetual. That's what he said. He said perpetual. And it's like to this day, like it's a rolling joke with us. We always say
It is a
perpetual.
rolling joke.
But that was a.
Dude, we
That was
signed
that-
that? I think we did, right?
that
No,
was
you
no, we
didn't.
sign it.
Y'all
We didn't
didn't.
sign
No,
it.
they
did it, right?
revised it. Then we signed
Oh, they revised it. That's right.
Yeah, to 3 years or 5 years or something like that, which
That
was
was
even
insane.
a scam anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Yeah, we
But-
were just excited to be.
Yeah, but what-
recognized
Well, you know
as part of something,
what's
but-
crazy is that you know it's back then, but like you know whatever the music was. Yeah, I'm drunk.
You said that was something about-
He's all slurry.
forgot.
Hey, he's all slurry.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
Hey, wait till his eyes start twitching. We'll
Oh,
get right.
okay.
So, we were joking earlier about when we honestly thought, I thought when you produce music for other artists like Warfare,
Yeah.
the stuff you did for Crazy, even like stuff you did for Twisted Heads, I thought that stuff was
Like, get you.
hardcore underground, like
Yeah,
hip hop.
yeah.
And I was jealous that you didn't make that music for us.
Why?
But, no, but
Dude, I think let it drop for you.
hold on.
Boom chugalaga.
No, but 100%. It was my ignorance the whole time thinking our audience. I want our audience to be Run DMC, DMC,
Yes,
NWA.
darker, yeah, harder.
But yet all the concerts we're performing at is Stevie B, Vanilla
Pop
Ice,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
MC. But I didn't like MC Hammer. I didn't like
No, but dude, it got us shows of Vanilla Ice.
No,
we did
completely.
La Semana with
No,
TLC.
Dude,
and-
imagine if imagine had we let you take the wheel. Like we were too stubborn in thinking it was
and you know
all
what?
of us.
But
So
dude,
are
it
you
was
apologizing
tough.
right now? Are
Yeah,
you apologizing?
No, not that I'm apologizing. 100% admitting that
He was just
I
on
thought I
another
was
level.
doing it selfishly because I want to do what,
Yeah.
and you had the business, the force. Had we,
didn't
had
have
we
I mean, but bro, you remember?
maximized, I have a solution.
Yeah.
And piggybacked off of that, we would have been 10
would've been
times more
different, yeah.
popular than we.
And I told you guys, y'all
Yeah.
didn't listen to me though.
Yeah. Did you ever tell us to perform it? And I know I
Yes.
never wanted to.
I know you did it.
Yeah, never wanted to, but you would really
The
want us to
reason
perform
why
it?
is because
That's what
the reason why I
crowd
knew is because I did a song with Stray Cat, and I used to play it at Image. I played the keys.
Which
I had
what
a
song? 'Cause I think I'm.
It was a slow song. I don't remember.
I'm not-
I had
I'm
two
going
songs
crazy,
with him.
crazy,
We hate the Rolos, which is about cops,
That's the one.
and then we had a slow song, and we
Never
had a
heard that
cassette
one.
deck, and I would play it at
For some
Image.
reason I remember
at
that,
the slow
yeah.
song, and they loved it. Like
Yeah.
they liked it, and I'm like, we got.
There was an
Gotta
audience
do
for
that,
it.
yes.
Barely, I need
But y'all didn't
love,
listen to me.
I need you. Like
Y'all didn't
barely
listen to
need-
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
There's
100%.
very few out there.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't listen to me.
Yeah,
I know,
so-
but back then is when they had like those groups like Shy, Jodeci, all like the slow music.
But the
That the
thing is-
people they
It-
loved
yeah,
that shit.
they
They loved to
Actually,
dance to small
audiences,
music.
though, and we didn't like. So
We
yeah,
were-
no,
we were-
100%.
And I
like,
really thought "LO I Need Love" would have convinced you, but it didn't.
No, no.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it.
No, 100% ignorant in that.
We
Yeah.
did the opposite of that. It was like, no,
Yeah,
we're
I
not
shied
doing
away from it.
But you know what's fucked up
I think we
is-
performed it twice.
But you know
maybe
what's
3
fucked up
times
is
ever.
back then, I looked 10,
You still
and
like 10, motherfucker.
no, I looked 10.
Hey, we all look 50. You like 33.
No, and no one took me seriously.
Yeah.
Even though I had a briefcase, like no one took, like they just saw this little kid.
Yeah.
And I tried my hardest for you guys. And like,
Especially that guy from the Spurs, remember?
dude,
Who went
fuck
to
that.
Corpus?
I left. Fuck that
Remember everybody
motherfucker.
in the
man.
podcast?
Strawberry, strawberry.